So in this video I am going to explain how to write a CNC part program for making this component. Now let us look at this diagram. Here simple the machining component I want to make in this shape. So for which I am taking the CNC lathe machine. So now you can see that we can observe that what are the profile we are going to machining. Based on that you can choose the cycle which you are going to use in the program. Now here instead of these different steps and curvatures I am using the multiple turning cycle. To at one cycle you can make entire this profile at a time. To minimize the part program I am choosing the respective cycles. Now look at this diagram. So what is the maximum job dimensions we are going to machine? That is the diameter is 45 mm and the length is 80 mm. So now I am choosing the appropriate billet size of the workpiece. The billet diameter is 45 mm and length is 100 mm. And for which I am using only the one tool that is enough for making this shape of the component, that is a left hand tool. So now let us go for the settings. So machine settings, in the machine settings maximum X is 100 is there, maximum Z is 150, that is enough. Then go for the billet settings. Now you can see that what is the diameter and length is already there. Now the diameter 32 because I want the diameter is 45. Now change the diameter is to 45 and the length is 100. So now billet diameter is 45 and length is 100 is enough. So now we can set this, and once verify the tool also, what tool number 1 is the left hand tool is there, then it is enough. If tool number 1 left hand is not available, then you can select the left hand tool, then you can write the program. Okay, now just I am writing the program. The first block is G21, that is the metric units. Then G98, the feet per minute. So then wherever the portion of the tool is there, you send to the home portion. For which G28 we are using G28 U0 W0. So once the tool is gone to the reference point or home portion, then you can change the tool. For changing the tool we are using the miscellaneous code M06, and which tool number that you can mention here, T01 is the required tool. Then start rotating the spindle, for which we are using the miscellaneous code M03 is start rotating the spindle in clockwise direction. At what speed that you can mention here, let us I am using the S1200 is the speed of the workpiece. Now the workpiece starts rotating with this speed. Then you can bring the tool to the tool entry point. Now this movement is a rapid movement. I am using the G00 code for the rapid movement and assign the tool nearer to the workpiece. The diameter is 45, X45 and Z2, just 2 mm away from the workpiece. That is I have taken as a tool entry point. Now we have to define the multiple turning cycle, that is G71 and U depth of cut. Let us I am taking the 0.5 is the depth of cut, and for each pass how much amount the retract amount that you can mention here are, let us I am taking the 1 mm. Next second block is G71 and the contour starting block number is P1 and contour ending block number it is, let us Q2. So these are the starting block number and contour and ending contour block numbers that you can mention here. Now you can mention the allowances which you are left in X direction. Let us I am using the 0.5 mm in X direction and 0.5 mm in Z direction. This amount will be removed in the finishing cycle. Then you can mention the speed. Already the 1200 is there. Whatever amount you want to mention here we can write. According to that spindle speed will set, and what is the feed, that rate also you can mention here. Now you can write the block number. Starting number is 1, that N1. So now you can write this actual profile of this workpiece we are going to machine. Now this is the point, the starting point that you have to mention here. So that is G01 and bring the tool to the 15 is diameter X15 Z0, X15 Z0. Then the tool is here, and from this it will move in a linear movement up to this point. Okay, so now we can so G01 is there already, then you can X is also same diameter, only length is changes, that we have to mention Z minus 20. So now the tool will come to this point. Now the tool will move from this point to this point. In what direction? It's a clockwise, that is a counterclockwise direction to this point. Now you can use the code for counterclockwise direction, that is a G03. G03 is for the counterclockwise direction. And what is the X value? The new X value is 25. And what is the Z value? So now the Z value is 5 plus 20, 25 minus 25. Then here you can mention the R radius also. Here the radius is 5, R5. So now the tool will move in circular interpolation from the starting this point to this point. Again it is a straight path. And next is G01 for the linear interpolation of the tool, and X diameter is 25 same, only Z value need to change. Z is here, it is 25 plus 15, 40. So Z minus 40. So now the tool will come to this point, and from this again it will go in the circular fashion and clockwise. So for clockwise again you can use the code G02 and X. So now here X is 45, X 45, then Z. So Z value is up to here, it is what is the value? 40, 40 plus 10, 50. So Z minus 50, and radius, the radius is 10. This is the end of the block number point. Now here you can use this is the last code, that is N2. Okay, that is N2. So end of the contour. Now N1 is the beginning of the contour, and N2 is the end of the contour. So once end of the contour is over, so now you can write this is the rough cycle is completed. Again you can write for finish cycle. Generally we are using the G70 for the finish cycle. Again same block numbers P1 and Q2. P1, Q2 is the starting block number and ending block number. If you want to change any speed, you can change it. Let us, I am using the S1000 and feed 75. So now the finishing cycle, whatever the amount of the material left over, that material is removed during this finishing cycle. Once that machining is completed, now send the tool to the reference point. Again G28, U0, W0, then spindle stop. M05 is the spindle stop, then program end and rewind, that is the M30. So now this is the required program to make the shape of this component. Now let us see that the simulation. So now you can see here, see the cycle start. You just click the cycle start, and also you can observe the what is the X coordinate, Z coordinate on this display device. Now you can see that the tool will coming. Okay, accordingly see that how the Z value and X value changes. So now the machining is taking place. Now the rough turning is taking place. So now up to here it's leftover, that finishing elements what you are provided in the cycle, that I am using this 0.5 mm leftover, that material leftover, that will be removed during the finishing cycle. Okay, now let us observe this one. The same shape of the component in the rough machining is now see that now the finish cycle. Now this finish cycle is complete going. Then the job is completed. Okay. Now this is the required code for making this shape of the component.